the night. 'Cause the longer we stay here, the harder the fight. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark, ain't nothing but a one-way. We won't regret this, let's kiss the past goodbye. I'm longing to live this free life I've been hearing about. You will see us howling like wolves in the night. 'Cause nothing is stronger than wanting what you might get. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark, ain't nothing but a one-way. Ain't no worries, ain't no worries. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you? Oh, 'cause as long as we're together, home can be a million different things. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark, ain't nothing but a one-way. Yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark, ain't nothing but a one-way. Ain't nothing but a one-way. We don't belong here, I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud. Oh yeah, I know we could have been better. You look so pretty in lies. Big egos live in this castle. Not sure I'm ever surprised. You got me fooling around and now you're honesty. Don't think you got the concept right. Double moral bitterness is not my type, but still it kinda works on you. You got me paper thin, doing concrete face, stabbing romance in the madness. You got me good, baby, keep on coming back to you. I know that you know it, 'cause you already messed it up. I know that you know it, 'cause you already messed it up. I think you're you're addicted to drama. It keeps you sleeping at night. Keep losing your shit on my problems. You know that something ain't right. Blaming me for causing your insanity. I'm pretty sure you're born like this. Talk before you think it's your original touch, but I guess it kinda works on you. You got me paper thin, doing concrete face, stopping romance in the madness. You got me good, baby, keep on coming back to you. I know that you know it, 'cause you already messed it up.
All right, I think I am unmuted and talking loud and out in live. So we are live on YouTube on the PayProTec Daily channel. We are live on the My PayProTec Facebook group, and I'm going to be taking your questions if you have any. But I'm mostly, I'm just here for you. So I'm going to bring up, I have a few things prepared just to talk about. We launched yesterday our first 3 videos in our online series we're calling the Mobile Roadshow. We have been partnering with NAB for a while to do these roadshows, and we thought, wow, if we can't get in front of people, what if we bring the people to you that you can watch them? In fact, I just recorded a great one with Butch Langlois this morning. He is the president of North America for Vend. You're going to love it. I think that one's going to go out next Monday. But these are just meant to help you grow your business, to understand the systems that you're actually representing, who you're presenting them to, and then help you understand what the POS pros have to say, and then learn a little bit from us as a PayProTec family as we just kind of talk about some of the features and opportunities. So I'm going to be watching the live chat. I have got Facebook over here. I have YouTube over there. We'll be watching the comments if you're watching this later, and we'll obviously not be able to respond quite as fast as I can right now if you make a comment and you're watching live. Steve is here already on the comments. So as we do that, I'm just going to get us started by talking about, I think I put 5 things that I think are the most important features that you could be offering to merchants right now of AST, GiveHub, Custom App Build, the 3 products that we talked about if you haven't already watched those videos. If you have not watched those videos already, you can go to mypayprotec.com /virtual roadshow and see those videos, and they're under the POS track of what we launched. So let me bring up these. So I'm going to do this. So let's talk about one that I think is one of the biggest features that you can do with AST. Remote payments and ordering. Sometimes we refer to it as table side ordering and table side payments. I think we now have a whole new vernacular in the last couple of weeks. We now call it, the ability to do curbside. But here's what AST does. For no additional cost except for the cost of the hardware, no additional fee. So if you could put as many of these into the systems as you want, they have the ability to do ordering from remote, whether you're out by a car or you're simply at the table side like we used to do just a few weeks ago, seems like months ago. You were actually able to take a order, send it to however that is grouped together. And here's the thing, if you haven't watched the POS Pros video where Tim and Matt, and I hope it came through when I edited that, they were talking to me, obviously. We were talking, we recorded almost 4.5 hours of footage that we're putting together in little bite-sized pieces for you. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure you understood was that these systems are powerful. And they were nearly giddy about how powerful AST is and how exciting it is for you as the partner walking and presenting for it, because there is no other system that we're familiar with that's not charging a license fee when it comes to the table side or the remote ordering, and that it actually will send it to the kitchen display if they've chosen to go that route, or the kitchen printers. And if they have zoned kitchen printers, so that you have a zone for the beverage area, the zone for the quick service area, the zone for the main entree area, depending how the kitchens are all working and the counters are put together, you can actually make it all be done by a push of a button when you hit send order on that little handheld device that is powerful. It is solid in the hand. I wish I had one here. And it's just a great tool. And on top of that, you can make your orders, you can update your orders, you can split your tickets, and you can take EMV chip card payments right there. Also, it is available not just on Wi-Fi, but on an LG LTE signal. So you put a SIM card in there, and suddenly it's usable wherever you can get a cellular signal and take those payments and make those orders. And it actually communicates back through the cloud. It has a little bit slower, slightly, not much, to getting to a kitchen printer, but in a catering situation or a big event situation, and you're not going to spread your Wi-Fi, but you're actually going to go outside and take orders, the lines or something like that, or you're doing line breaking. Let's think back to events that when we all get together. It's going to be a little while till we do that again, but you're able to take orders and send it back to the kitchen and use it and handle it just the way you want to. It's really a cool feature, and so that's why one of the things I think is the biggest things that we have to offer is this remote payments and ordering. So I don't know if you're watching this, I'd love to know how you've seen this used. So we're watching this or doing this live. I'm watching the comments here. If anybody's commenting over here, I see several. If a couple people are viewing and connecting here, it's about a 20-second delay or so from when I talk and you guys see it. But I'm interested in knowing also what you're seeing these remote systems used for, and how they're actually being used in the real world, because we're seeing more and more people using these, and we would love to know how you're selling it. Let's help each other out with this, how you're actually connecting and selling these. Now, I want to talk about another piece that goes to both custom app build and with AST, and both are providing quick ways to get this. And this is the ability to do online ordering, both through an app and then with AST currently through an online interface, and hopefully very soon for a custom app build, and maybe even true today. I should have checked in. I know any day we're expecting to hear that custom app build is going to be able to do embedded online ordering through the same apps that they're building. This is certainly something that's very important. And AST currently is waiving their setup fees for being able to do the online ordering. They're getting people up and running really quickly. If you can get them approved with a merchant account and doing it, you can be able to get online ordering up nearly in just a day or two. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to start with AST, then I'll move to custom app build. AST, the exciting thing to me, and I hope you heard this when you heard the excitement of Matt and Tim in the POS Pros video when they're talking about AST. They were so excited the fact that everything comes into the system the way you would want it to, including third-party online ordering systems like a DoorDash, like a GrubHub. They actually jump the line. They offer it. If you jump in and start using an AST system today, you will automatically, it's not an add-on, you will automatically be set up to be able to accept DoorDash and GrubHub and Uber Eats, because they actually created a way to be able to scrub emails. So you send everything to one email, the emails are scrubbed and put right into your systems, and the orders just appear. Oh, James is going to come pick it up from Uber Eats, and the order from Uber Eats, and this is where it's going to go. And then it actually sorts it and sends it to the home that it needs to go. So the kitchens start working on it, the beverage start working on it, and then it all comes back together the way the system is set up to run the delivery or online ordering or even just carry out. And what a powerful system that is. We're seeing more and more capabilities there with that. And so online ordering is extremely important to businesses. And we're also seeing, if you have smaller retail, AST may be the right fit for them, because you could do a single terminal. And if you have a smaller retail that wants to do single terminal, but also wants to do a lot of line breaking, then you may find that it's the right fit to have AST doing that online ordering, because then you can have the handheld device that they use. That handheld device, I want to go caveat back because I meant to mention this. If you have come across in the field, and I would be shocked if you haven't come across Toast, it is very similar. In fact, I believe it's better functionality and better hardware fuel, but it is very comparable to what Toast is doing and how they're doing their handheld. So I would highly recommend it, encourage it. It's a great piece of hardware. But on the online ordering side, AST is really, they did it first. They have thousands of customers who are already using it, and they are seeing great success, and that they do third-party delivery is huge. Now let's talk about custom app build, because custom app build can be much more than just online ordering and app ordering for a restaurant. You can use it for all kinds of things. You can use it for building an app for tow trucks and taking app payments there. You can do it for anything that has to have deployment. You can customize, because it has a delivery module built in that they can build. You could have delivery set up through there and have a customized app that'll say Manahan's Pizzeria, and they can download the app. Everything looks like the branding of Manahan's Pizzeria, and then everything works together like that. Custom app build works really, really well for restaurants that are looking to build their brand, build their identity, and maybe are choosing not to be part of the third-party delivery services, or want to make sure that they're encouraging people to use their app versus their third parties that are available because of the revenue structure and the revenue split. Certainly, we're interested in helping you help your merchants, and the POS Pros team is here to help them make those decisions. But the custom app build can be up very, very quickly, and that's one of those key features that I think is really important. The other is utilizing GiveHub. So let me, think through. I'll bring up just the two GiveHub logos, or the custom app build and GiveHub. But Kyle, if you watched that video, he was talking about GiveHub and recurring donations and then text donations. Isn't it amazing that they can set it up so that if I text right now that I'm going to give to, I'm just going to use 5 digits, 0000. I text give to that. The first time I text there, I have to give up. I have to set up my account. The next time, I just text the amount that I want to give. I do a double verification, and boom, that donation is made from the exact way I'd set up my account before, and it's done through that phone number. And I think that's an amazing tool, especially for these nonprofits that are looking to create these recurring givings. Because on top of that, they have a whole recurring module where they can set it up and just, it's going to be done on, the third Tuesday of every month, or it's going to be done on, every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, or however the recurrings may be. It can multiple ways. But I think that text piece is so powerful, especially when you're in situations in places where you're trying to work on an emotional capability. Hey, just text this word to this number, and then they're going to be set up to give and make that gift. But then the next time they want to do it, it's even simpler. All you have to do is text the amount. That's a pretty powerful way to do that. And I'm thinking about, so most churches right now are doing some type of online service every Sunday. And I know this for me has been really cool to watch. Is this past Sunday morning, I tuned into my local church and their service, but then I watched several other churches because people were sharing on my Facebook feed, and I was just watching it scroll down, and I was watching all these services. But what is hard for a lot of these churches is, for the first Sunday and the second Sunday, hey, we're just going to go through our payment way the way we've always done payments. But eventually, they're going to want a whole suite of services. And I think the key spot is you're not really, some of the churches that are 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 regular attendees back when they were going into services, they've probably created a lot, and you are using competitors or maybe already using GiveHub. They've been looking for that. But the churches that are 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 1,000 or less, most likely have never thought through their whole online and giving strategy, because they focused on 95% of the people walking through their doors on a Sunday and actually giving a physical gift in however they collected their donations and their offerings. Well, that is not happening anymore, and it's not going to be happening for a while. No matter what we think, it's going to be 4, 6, 8, let's not go for how long this could go, weeks until we see them come together. How are they going to start thinking through those donations? How are they going to start thinking through how they can make it easier and simpler for their parishioners, for their donors, for people that are just tuning in for the first time and say, we may want to do it. My local church band together with several other churches in the area and bought millions of face masks and other supplies for the local healthcare systems here in the greater Indianapolis area. And I those type of programs, a system like GiveHub would have made it very, very easy for them to make sure all the churches that were accepting donations or choosing that is where the money went to. It made it very easy to track all those donations and then also to receive donations, because donations are an emotional response to a call of action. And so we want to make it as simple as they can, so when they feel that burden, when they feel the understanding of, hey, I want to be part of this, we want to make sure that they can make that donation as fast as possible, and that they can do it in a recurring manner when necessary and when called upon to. So I think if I were you, and if you're saying, I don't know where you're at right now, what kind of time you have, but if you have significant amounts of time, I would start taking a list of all the churches that are doing online services in your area and just call them and say, I just want to know, how are you handling your online donations? I've got a way to do this that will be of little to no cost. In fact, it'll increase your donations because very likely they're taking a very large percentage, and I think it's really a majority, are using systems that are charging them more than they need to be. And this would be a great way for them to do that. They're using PayPal, they're using Stripe, they're using third parties that are charging them, almost probably 100 basis points too much. And yes, GiveHub here is available to be used with edge pricing. So you can actually make it so in a donation world, it's not cash discount. In a donation world, it is simply making a convenience fee for that. Would you be willing to offset the fees of the credit card processor? And so that $100 becomes $103 or $104 donation. And then we see the margins that we see with Edge, and we know that we're putting the impact of that $100 fully into the ministry that is receiving that donation. I think the GiveHub is a powerful tool, and just like if you watched the video with Kyle, and if you haven't, go back and watch it. It's a great video with him. But he said, as of last Thursday or Friday, I forget when I recorded that with him, he has seen more in the last 2 weeks than they had seen in the previous months of churches signing up. And they're seeing some of our partners being able to call upon churches and nonprofits and seeing 100% response rate of people wanting to get into a demo. And they can get GiveHub up and running very, very quickly. So I encourage you, one, learn about GiveHub. You can use the POS Pros team. You can go to GiveHub's website. There's ways for you to engage and learn. And I would start reaching out to nonprofits, reaching out to churches, calling them and looking for support. And then, and there are other ways that you can help them and support them and look for the ministries that they're doing to be able to help and support these times of need that are going on in our community. And I'm so thankful and proud to say that I'm seeing so many churches step up and make a difference and help in their communities and meet the needs of those who are struggling, those who are at risk, and are and they're having to change their whole model. And somebody got on me the other day for saying it, but they really have had to change their business model the same way we are. We can't go out and go door to door and shake hands with people and greet them and go inside to their places of business, and they can't have people come into the buildings that they've built in order to have services and have events. And now they have to think through, how are we going to engage as communities? And churches across the United States, from what I'm seeing and I'm observing, are stepping up to make a difference, and they're stepping up to make an impact. And what I want to see our partners do is step in with them and say, hey, we've got a way for you to be able to fund some of your initiatives, fund a greater percentage of them, gain that 1-2% back, and make sure that's going directly to donations, and make it easier for your parishioners, your donors, to actually make a donation. So those are some of the things I've thought through. Let me also talk about, this applies to both AST and do custom app build, that having a personalized app for a church, for a nonprofit, for a restaurant, is a powerful tool. And AST does a great job because they actually will build a customized app in their name and tie it totally to the whole POS, and it has not separate. We've all seen it. In fact, I've seen it here. I've been trying to serve by ordering from local restaurants that are doing takeout, and I am seeing person after person who has this line of huge amounts of tablets. Here's the $3 Walmart tablet. Here's the $6 Target tablet. They're probably paid a little bit more. Sometimes they're given through the systems. Here's Uber Eats. Here is Postmates. Here is DoorDash. Here is Grubhub. Here is Seamless. And it just keeps going through. And they'll have 5, 6, 7 tablets lined up. They're having to watch. They're watching the flashing. They're having to try to figure out how to handle it. And AST takes that and says, you know what? You can have an app and everything goes through. Or you can say, hey, you're still going to use these third parties. If you're fine with using that, let's add a custom app, because those third party are breaking your revenue share. They're making you either charge more to your customer to get that product, and so you can get the same amount that you're having, or you're just losing revenue on that, and that's taking into your profit margin. And we all know on the restaurant side of things, the profit margin wasn't all that high to begin with. And so, man, all that money you were barely making now becomes the money you aren't making. So let's figure out a way that we can get you into a system, get you into a process that will help you grow your revenue, increase your margins, and increase the way that business is going to be done. And let me make sure this is very clear. I do not believe that we will ever go back to restaurants being operating the same way they are now or were 5 weeks ago. I just don't think it's ever going to go back. And we're going to see some restaurants who don't come back. I've already seen some who've announced that they're closing. Their lease was up. They weren't going to renew. They're just, they're making those tough and hard decisions. But what I think is going to happen is we're realizing as a society, we're going to want to go back to bars. We're going to want to go back to nightclubs. We don't know when that's going to be. It's not going to be until we're 100% confident that that is a good health decision for all of us and all of our loved ones we want to have regular contact with. But we also know that this is certainly raise the eyes of people that, hey, what? You can give me a meal for $40 that's fully ready and I'm going to pick it up and take it home? And restaurants are realizing, you know what, the amount of overhead that I don't have to mess with, if somebody comes and just picks up a meal for 8 people for $80 and takes it home, and I don't have to work with all the stuff that goes on inside the restaurant. And I'm not, because I love going to restaurants. I am looking forward to the day that I can go to the AJ's here locally and listen to a band and sit there and enjoy the conversations with people around me. That I'm just looking forward to that. But I think there will be a greater emphasis on takeout and delivery from here forward. And so we need to make sure we're helping our merchants that we currently have and those that we are engaging with, that we're helping them think through how are they going to deal with those differences? How are they going to set themselves apart and make sure that they are doing now and making decisions now that are going to help them in the future? So I'm just going to double check. I'm looking around. We got a few people watching. I appreciate you guys joining in live, those who joined in live. We're going to do this multiple times over the next couple weeks as part of our mobile roadshow. We're working on, we're actually going to do a GiveHub and custom app build live demo in the next couple of days. You'll see that pop in. That will be recorded. It'll be done, I think we're trying to do it live right into both the My PayProTec and the PayProTec Daily YouTube channel, but then we're also going to record that and we'll put that as part of the virtual roadshow. And we're working on some other systems that we're going to be demoing and putting through here too to do it. And I would ask this, if you're sitting here and watching, whether you're doing this after I've already hit stop or you're doing it live now, please put in the comments or email me at nmanahan@payprotec.com and tell me what are some other topics you would like covered. We're going to start doing the Sales Professional series here soon. Danny's working on some content. We're going to be, in fact, some of you may be watching this. You're going to be seeing an email from us asking to set up, because I'm going to be doing some interviews like I have been doing with the POS leaders with you guys, talking about how you sell and how you have grown to the person you are. And we want you to learn from each other in more long form, more than just comments back and forth. And that's great on our Facebook pages and that we have sometimes when we get together. I want you to be able to sit down and learn from people and hear their stories and how they've evolved as professionals and what they know now that they wish they'd known 10 years ago and that they're going to share with you so you don't have to wait 10 years to learn that. Those are one of the things we're working on. I'd love to hear the stories and things that you're thinking about. Man, I just want more information about whatever that is, and I would love to have that. Thinking through then a couple other things. I want to bring up one other feature that I really like about AST, and then one other donation. Well, I already mentioned the donations by text. I had a slide that I put donations by text, but I guess I already mentioned that. AST, and if you listen to Tim and to Matt when I talked to them from the POS Pros team, one of the things that we learned from them is that they have text order reminders. I recently recently, it was probably 3 months ago, went to Panera for the first time in a while, and I was impressed with what I saw and how their online kiosk ordering is going. By the way, AST does kiosk. And does it cheaper than anything. I have looked at every kiosk around, and they are the least expensive and just as good as any of them around. So keep that into mind. But they also do this text order reminders. So it can be used for all kinds of things you can imagine. But when you go in and put an order in, then you put a phone number in, and it'll text you when that order is marked complete. So if you're in a mall and you're doing orders, or if you're in some type of, I thought one I've seen is beach areas. So you're going to go walk the boardwalk, and while you wait on a meal to be prepared, and you're just going to, or for a table to open up, and you don't have to get one of those really expensive, crazy systems where the pagers and they only work within a certain distance. But hey, can I have your phone number? And I'm going to text you when it's ready. That's the easiest way to do it. And we have a system called AST that does it very inexpensively. It's no extra cost. It just works with their kiosk systems, and it tests those reminders. And what a great program and great system that is, and a great thing to add to. So I encourage everyone to consider how you could present that to your merchants. Those who are doing carry-out orders, and they just want to be reminded, think about this right now. So those who are doing those pickup orders outside, and they're doing the carry out and the curbside pickup, hey, we're going to text you when the order is ready. All right, it's ready. Then you can text back to that same number, and it'll go right into the system. I'll be there, and I'm going to be in the blue sedan or whatever. And it makes it so much easier than saying, hey, just watch for your email, or integrating a third-party system like those pager systems that Panera uses. And the interesting thing is, I've noticed that some of the newest Paneras and their newest rendition of their kiosk system is actually using a text-based system. And we have a wonderful system like AST that is using it. All right. I'm looking for last minute. I've seen about 10, 12, 13 of you are on here live. I'm thankful you've joined, but I am looking for questions. I don't see anything over at YouTube. I'm resetting over here to make sure I haven't missed anything over here at Facebook. Sorry. Don't want to miss any of those. I got a couple comments. I'm using my iPad, and it's causing me issues here. So it looks like I had a couple comments. If I can read the comments. Hold on just a second. I apologize. I am looking. When we do it in the Facebook groups, I can't get a third-party aggregator. I can do that with YouTube, but with Facebook group, I can't get it out, and I have to get the Facebook group. So sorry, I'm resetting the Facebook app on my iPad over here and resizing it and trying to get oh, this is frustrating to me. I see there are 3 comments, but I can't get anything Facebook to show it to me. So as I drop my case to my iPad, I'm going to go to the web version of Facebook instead of the Facebook app, because sometimes that'll allow me to do that. It'll bring me up on the screen. So I've got my iPad here, and I'm pulling up Facebook, and I want to answer questions live if I can. If there are, I see there are 3 comments. They may not even be questions. People may be saying hi. But for some reason, I am not seeing those. All right. There we go. There is my stream right there. There are the comments. And all right, everybody's saying, I was worried about that. They're all just saying hi. Hi, Janice, and hi, Steve. And one was actually me saying back to hi, Steve, when he said that earlier. So, but if you put comments into this after it's done, we will see the comments. I will respond. If you want to email me at nmanahan@payprotec.com, I would love that. If there is anything else we can do, we are here for you. Our team is working tirelessly to make sure you are meeting all the needs. I'm actually getting ready to do some demos and some other meetings. We're going to have more content when it comes here soon about all the new systems. We're going to have Hot Sauce in Paradise. They're coming later this week in the virtual Roadshow, so you can check that out when it comes. We'll do another Q&A, and as well as that, if you have not been watching daily, 10 a.m., the High Five. We're going to have some more special guests coming up with that. We're getting better at our production. We're getting better each day as we learn how to do that. As we give you a daily 30-minute morning show, we hope to bring a smile to your face. We hope to bring you some enjoyment. Make sure you've caught that. It's Danny Shard, Brian Linke, myself, and some special guests that we occasionally bring in. This is something I think we're going to be doing for a very long time to come, and I hope you'll enjoy and interact. And if you have topics that you would suggest, whether it's entertainment, sports, or business-to-business sales, we would love your suggestions. On that, I'm going to sign off here with the stream, and I will be watching for comments and questions that I can answer during the rest of the day, certainly as we go on to other things. Thanks so much. Remember, AST, GiveHub, Custom App Build, 3 great resources for PayProTec partners, so much more to offer as we move forward. Make sure you've reached out to the POS Pros team if you have more questions about point of sale, and your relationship managers are here to help you figure out how to continue to learn this new business world that is happening to us. We're here to help any way we possibly can. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys later.